Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, the great millstone that rule well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect, pushing the true doctrine across the four winds of the earth in all truth and in sincerity. I'm Lamar Dariyah from the Mississippi Camp. Lord willing, this be an edifying lesson. And the title of this lesson is going to be Stay Strong. It's like, and it's going into infirmities. And as you see on the screen here, it says, this is the etymology, and it says infirmity, disease, sickness, lack of capability, weakness, illness, sickness, disease, moral weakness, and want of strength, weakness, feebleness, also weaker sex. Now, well, that ain't it, but then you go down to the definitions from WordNet, and infirmity reads the state of being weak in health or body, especially from old age. And a lot of brothers in this truth, man, we're going through different infirmities, different issues, health issues, whether you sickly as fuzz, always catching colds or sinus problems, some type of handicap, legs, hands ain't operating right, sickle cell, cancer, lupus, any kind of infirmity that causes you not to, or causes this flesh or your body not to function completely proper or properly as it would. These one of them things that that we have to deal with, man, being in this truth, being in this captivity. But we have to continue to fight through it, and not to get in all details, but me personally, I'm going through a particular situation that's causing me to have issues with my walking, but there's other brothers having issues worse than mine. But at the end of the day, Yahweh Shem Shai still give me the strength to get up, to move around, to work, to be able to still be mobile, regardless of the fact that I be going through particular pains, particular situations where it's uncomfortable, even situations of slightly, in some cases, feel embarrassed, man, because of the way that I have to walk now. But like I say, man, at the end of the day, Yahweh Shem Shai still give me the strength to get up and get down and move around, man, and to do this work, still give me the strength to be able to go to camp, do the work on the highways and byways. And, so this is not a lesson to be complaining none. This is a lesson just, to give all praise to Yahweh Shem Shai for brothers who are going through infirmities to still be able to, be mobile, to get around, to do the work, because it could always be worse. It can always be worse. And for me personally, I just pray to the Lord, to forgive me for, whatever I done in my past life or this life, for me to be going through what I'm going through, even if that's the case, But regardless, I'm praying for forgiveness, because it's possibly a test, or it's possibly something that I have done in my past life that, the Lord is chastening me for. But the Lord said, he chastened those who he loved. Right? So, you just got to keep on pushing, man. You got to stay strong. You go through all the spiritual protocols as far as, talking to brothers, getting anointed by brothers. And, at the end of the day, use the word, don't abuse the word. And I got to the point where, I had to go see Esau. Ain't gonna have to see Esau again. But, I prayed before I went, and I prayed afterwards. I'm still praying, and I'm gonna pray when I have to go to him again. Because regardless, at the end of the day, it's not him who's going to who be providing me what I need to get through what I'm getting through. It's going to be Yahweh me outside, allowing him to do it. So I'm just going to read this couple of scriptures, and I'm going to close it out. It's not going to be long. And this is 2 Corinthians chapter 12. And I'm going to start at, I just started at the top. 2 Corinthians chapter 12, starting at verse 1. It is not expedient for me, doubtless, to glory. I will come to vision and revelation of the Lord. I knew a man in Hamashiach above 14 years ago, whether in the body I cannot tell, or whether out of the body I cannot tell. Yahweh knoweth, such an one called up to the third heaven. And I knew such a man, whether in the body or out the body I cannot tell. Yahweh knoweth, how that he was called up into paradise and heard unspeakable words, which it is not lawful for a man to utter. Of such and one will I glory, yet of myself I will not glory, but in my infirmities. For though I would desire to glory, I shall not be a fool, for I will say the truth. But now I forbear, lest any man should think of me above that which he seeth me to be, or that he heareth of me. At least I should be exalted above measure, though the abundance of the revelations there was given to me a thorn in my flesh, the messenger of Satan to buffet me, lest I should be exalted above measure. So see, Apostle Paul was dealing with an infirmity himself, man, which he called a thorn in his flesh. So he was going through it. But at the end of the day, but yet and still, he continued to glorify Yahweh Shem Yahushua and do the work, and took it cheerfully. Verse 8, for this thing I besought the Lord thrice, that it might depart from me. And he wanted it gone, He prayed to the Lord to take that away from him, which brothers do. I've done it. I do it. But at the end of the day, it's still the Lord's will, So if you have to go through it, then you have to go through it. Verse 9, and he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities, that the power of Hamashiach may rest upon me. And see, that's heavy. He'll rather just, deal with it, as long as the Lord's power rests upon him, man. And one of the powers of the Lord that rests upon us is able to go out and continue to do the work, have the strength and the mobility to be able to go out on the highways and hedges and do the work, or even doing sit downs or videos or whatever. The Lord makes you strong enough to be able to still continue on, man. And that even continues as far as work and everything, your regular jobs and stuff, man. But primarily able to do the work of the Lord, man. To do this, preach this gospel. Okay, verse 10. Therefore, I take pleasure in infirmities, in reproach, in necessities, in persecution, in distress for Hamashiach's sake. For when I am weak, then I am strong. So, in a nutshell, man, no matter what you're going through, no matter how much you hurt, we're going through it because the Lord is allowing us to go through it, but the Lord also gives us the strength to push through it, to continue to do the work, to be able to glorify his name, preach this gospel, and just keep it moving, man, to be able to endure these infirmities, man, and we doing it and enduring these infirmities in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. So, hey, all we gotta do is stay strong, keep pushing, man. Keep praying, Hey, and if it's the Lord's will, then you know these thorns in our side, these infirmities will be lifted, man. But if not, hey, we gotta take pleasure in them and keep doing it, man. In the name of Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, so hey, this is just a an impromptu, man, just off the top, kind of through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Hey, Lord willing, it was edifying. Shalom.